come on, come on. I've been waiting my whole life for this. We can be in love for so long, come on. When you're ready, you can come on, come on. I've been waiting my whole life for this. We can be in love for so long, come on. Been a while since I felt these emotions. I'm all around and I cannot keep my focus. This is how it does, Tony. In love, I'd rather be dead. Not so long ago, that's what I said. Look at me now with my heart in check. Can you love me? Can you love me in the middle of the night? Can you love me, really love me even when you don't feel fine? Cause it's not new that I'm into you, and there isn't much left for me to do. So can you love me in the middle of the night? When you're ready, you can come on, come on. I've been waiting my whole life for this. We can be in love for so long, come on. When you're ready, you can come on, come on. I've been waiting my whole life for this. We can be in love for so long, come on. Can't promise that we won't fight. We can't always be sunlight. Who knows what we might find? Let me love you if you wouldn't mind.
Beautiful. It is so beautiful. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I mean, this album is called Chapter I.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Roman numerals. It's okay. It happens.
How are you doing?
Pardon?
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Carla
So good to be here.
Franco.
Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have you here to talk about Chapter 1. Talk to us about how this album came about.
So I've been doing music for quite a while, and I just wanted to create an album that is very much true to the music I've been doing and the music that I've been writing, but also an album that is filled with elements of music that I enjoy listening to. I'm a huge fan of rap music, but as you can hear, that's not what was happening here.
Yeah.
But Chapter 1 has a lot of elements of funk and hip-hop and pop and, a little bit of Adele in there, you know, if you will. So it's a little bit of everything, and I just wanted to create an album that was reflective of my growth. I think I've just finally found my niche.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Scared to Love, I mean, is your most recent release.
Yes.
What is it? What was it? The personal meaning, behind the song.
It is really like that ultimate breakup song. And how do you recover from a breakup that doesn't give you closure? And that's what Scared to Love is. Sort of the aftermath of a breakup, right? Because after a breakup, you're not like, woo, let's go.
Yes.
You're kind of like, yeah, my heart's really painful, and this is really difficult to deal with. And Scared to Love was really, honestly, the most vulnerable song on the album. So yeah.
And then talk to us about what being that vulnerable in, your writing and in how you delivered the song taught you about yourself and your love for music.
I think it just comes back to the way that I believe my music should always be driven, and that is with honesty. I don't ever want to be an artist that writes just for the sake of writing. So Scared to Love for me was, how do I take my experiences in the most raw, authentic form and put it in a song so that people don't have to feel like they're crazy when they're going through these things, that there's at least one other human being, like me, that's been through the same thing. So I think authenticity and honesty would very much be the foundation of all my songwriting. And Scared to Love, I think, is the truest testament to that.
What's been the response to your music?
This album really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And it's been really exciting and humbling because, I don't necessarily write for the people. It's more I write for myself and I share it with the people.
Yeah.
And so when it's being received that well, especially when it's being appreciated, it's been really, really great. It's been really, really nice to see the way that it's been falling out, and I just hope that it keeps happening so that I can do what I love for the rest of my life.
What's been the highlight, though, of embarking on this musical journey?
TV. I'm on TV, y'all. No, but really that. I'm in the greatest sense of things, not someone that a lot of people are familiar with. And so getting these opportunities, like being on Morning Live, really is, for me, I'm like, wow, this is happening, right? You've got to celebrate everything, no matter how big or how small. And this for me is like, oh my word, TV.
And when you look at it, in retrospection now and say, you know what, actually this is where it all started and this is where I am now. What do you think you did right along the way?
Really just going for it. I think there was a lot of me withholding myself because it was a predominantly acoustic sound. And this time I was like, you know what, if people like it or if they don't like it, this is what I want to create, this is what I want to do. And it just helped that I had a producer that was like, yeah, that sounds really crazy, let's do it, you know. Like throwing in instruments that you wouldn't ordinarily throw in there. But I just think being around Hendrix, who was my producer, and being able to create a project that he saw eye to eye with me, really I think was that shift. Just really being like, I'm just going to do it. Really, that was it. I wish I could make it sound a little bit more deep than that, but it was really just, I'm going to do this, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
And where did it all start? Music, how do these two worlds with Carla collide?
School. Yeah, school. So when I'm not doing music, I'm actually a teacher.
Right.
So thank God for that exposure, because really school was where my love for music happened. Because in grade 7, they brought a couple of piano teachers, and they were like, okay, if anyone wants to do piano, and I was like, oh, I want to do piano. Who doesn't want to do piano? And that really kick-started it all for me. It was just, okay, this is really something I love and something that I want to do.
Now, according to your Instagram page, you're a proud member of the queer community.
I am.
Does your pride come through in your music?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
And that's part of what you mentioned earlier with how has my music sort of changed. And it's part of that I'm just going to do it attitude, right? Which is I'm now no longer afraid to sing with the pronouns I should be singing with, right? Because usually you shift it to like he or him, and now I'm just like, whatever, really. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can change it to he, no one will stop you. But just, it was very important for me to sort of be honest with that, because how do I be honest with my emotions in my music if I'm not honest with who I am as a person? So you'll hear, especially in If You Know, You Know, and Scared to Love, and a couple of other songs, Where Her Heart Belongs, I'm not really shying away from it, and that's very intentional. And I think that representation is very much needed, especially in the South African music scene. So yeah, I'm hoping that reflects.
And it's almost like it's full circle, hey? You found yourself, and now the music is a reflection of that.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think it's just, I'm just finally just, you know, that I don't care attitude. And I say that not that I don't care about my music. I'm just saying like, this is who I am, and if I want to do this for the rest of my life, I want to do it as the truest form of myself. I don't want to do it with 60% of myself. So it's been really, really vulnerable, and I feel very exposed, but the response I've received so far has been really positive. So that kind of affirms for me, like, okay, you might just be doing the right thing. Yeah.
And then what other music is on Chapter 1 that we can look forward to?
So the whole album dropped yesterday. So we first originally released When You're Ready, which is what I sang first. But at the moment, everything's out, and they can find it on Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Tidal, whatever you use to access the music, it will be there. So, yeah.
So I'm going to step out, no more talking, and then we want more music from Chapter 1.
Perfect. I'll be singing Scared to Love.
Carla Franco released her debut album titled Chapter 1. We just spoke to her about this offering. I'm going to walk out, and she's going to play some more music from Chapter 1.
I smoke too much sometimes. I don't know how to grieve you otherwise. Bring me my Tennessee whiskey, anything to feel like you need me. I wasn't ready to be rid of the burden that was you. And it still feels so heavy. How can it still be so heavy?